Yes, Max. Hindi ako choppy, ma'am.
Hindi man, okay lang.
Okay, thank you po. So, good afternoon. So, good afternoon, everyone. For today's report, we are going to discuss with you the detection of frequently occurring elements in organic substances. By the way, we're group 5. Along with me, we have Miss La Salita, Miss Musa, and Miss Navarro. Next, our table of contents. We have objectives. We have we have two objectives in this experiment. Next. This is to enumerate the different tests and determining the organic substances and to describe the different tests and determining organic substances. Materials. For our materials, these are the materials that we're going to use in doing this experiment. We have white sugar, crucible with cover, naphthalene, test tube, tripod, ethyl alcohol, Bunsen burner, beaker, cupric acid, litmus paper, filter paper, brown sugar, one egg, metallic sodium, iodine, sodium hydroxide, urea, ferric sulfate, 6N of hydrochloric acid, calcium oxide, 6N of sodium hydroxide, silver nitrate, ferric chloride, nitric acid, lead acetate, iodoform, albumin, copper wire, chloroform, acetic acid, sodium nitroprusside, no, potassium nitrate, 6N of nitric acid, anhydrous sodium carbonate, ammonium molybdate, and sodium acetate. So next, for the procedure, Miss Musa will take over. Thank you.
Procedures. Test for carbon. Sharing of organic substances. Place about 1 to 2 grains of sugar on a crucible cover and heat directly on chip over a clay triangle. The charring indicates the presence of carbon. Next, heat strongly until no black particle remains visible. Grisha.
So, a test for carbon. Number one, charring of organic substances. And the question is the charring of a substance a sure indication of the presence of carbon? Why? And give an example. So our answer is by the action of heat, charring removes hydrogen and oxygen from the solid so that the remaining char is composed primarily of carbon. Polymer, polymers like thermos or most solid organic compounds like wood or biological tissue exhibit charring behavior. So next is a test for carbon. Number one still, and the question is to what compound was carbon converted on further heating? And our answer is in burning carbon-based materials such as wood. Students, I mean, we believe that charcoal carbon appears from the burning rather than the material. If di nyo alam what is meaning of charring, charring is defined as burning or reducing carbon. So yun yun siya yung ating meaning ng charring. So next is a test for carbon. Number 2, non-charring of organic substances. Musa, Mecca.
For non-charring of organic substances. Place 1 gram of naphthalene in a crucible with cover. With every small flame, gently hit the bottom of the crucible for a minute. Allow to cool with the cover and examine the underside of the crucible cover.
So in number 2, non-charring of organic substances. And the question is, why is there no blackening when naphthalene is heated? So our answer is, it is due to the nature of substance of naphthalene, heat sensitive and slowly sublimes or transforms directly from solid to gaseous states without becoming a liquid at room temperature. And next is Mecca.
Place 2 cc of ethyl alcohol in a crucible and heat. Observe what is left in the crucible after heating.
So still in number two, and the question is, why is there no blackening when alcohol was heated? And our answer is, it is due to the nature of the substance.
Test for nitrogen. Decomposition with soda lime. Grind together in a mortar 1/2 grams of albumin and 5 grams of soda lime. Place the mixture in a test tube and heat. Observe the odor of the gas evolve and test it by exposing moistened blue and red litmus paper to the vapors. Do not allow the litmus paper to touch the sides of the test tube.
Hello?
Nasaan na?
Madunggan po, ma'am.
Yes.
Ay, okay. B. Test for nitrogen. Number 1. Decomposition with soda lime. Sodium sodium hydroxide plus calcium oxide. Question. What is the gas evolved? Answer. Soda lime absorbs carbon dioxide and water vapor and deteriorates rapidly unless kept in airtight containers. Medically, soda lime is used to absorb carbon dioxide in basal metabolism tests and in rebreathing anesthesia systems. In gas mask, it is an absorbent for toxic gases. Mm. Decomposition with soda lime. Note, if the result of the test is negative, it does not necessarily indicate the absence of nitrogen for certain types of nitrogen compounds. Nitrogen compounds and azo compounds do not respond to this test. The soda lime test is simple and must always be performed as preliminary test and more delicate. Test for halogen. First is test. Bellstein test.
Beilstein.
Bellstein. Bellstein test. A. Make a small loop at the end of a piece of copper wire and heat in the non-luminous flame until no more color is imparted to the flame. But take care not to melt the wire to the flame. Observe the color of the flame produced. Repeat the experiment using iodoform instead of chloroform, but first heat the copper wire again until it ceases to color the non-luminous flame. Observe the color of the flame produced. Per- Question. What halogen is present in chloroform? Answer. Chlorine. Next. What halogen is present in iodoform? Answer, iodine. Iodine.
Next. Ay, that's all. Thank you.
Any
Any
questions,
question?
Sky Boys?
Any question?
Grabe sila sa makatusok. Okay, do you have questions, class? Wala. So, let me explain it. Can you, stop share? Ano kasi naka-share, Wait lang. Kasi na to? Experiment 6. Experiment 6 is entitled Detection of Frequently Occurring Elements in Organic Substances. So, do not forget, pag tinawag siyang organic substance, automatic meron siyang carbon. Okay? So, pag walang carbon, we call it inorganic. Kuha? So, kaya yung first procedure dyan is test for carbon kasi ano, that's the component talaga of our organic substances. So, test for carbons, we have charring of organic substances. Pag sinunog natin yung carbon class, ang makukuha mo ay char. We call it char. Ha? Dili char ng inyong expression ha. Char jud ang tawag sa substance na mabilin when you burn an organic substance or compound. So just like this. This one is char or magkakaroon siya ng charring. The process is called charring and the product is called char. So this is made up of carbon. So lahat ng other components of the organic compound kapag sunugin mo siya, nawawala lang yun siya, nag-e-evaporate. So si carbon, hindi kasi siya nag-e-evaporate, kaya maiiwan talaga siya. So yan yung makikita natin na black substance. We call it a char. So that's the first test for if you want to detect the presence of carbon. So again, ang charring is process or an indication na merong carbon ang iyong substance. Pero take note class na hindi lang kasi organic compounds yung nagcha-char. Meron kasing pero limited lang na mga substances. Meron ding mga inorganic na nagfo-form ng char, pero very limited. Most of the substances na nagcha-char is yung merong carbon. So when you hit a carbon, class, magiging char siya. And after kanang excessive panahiting, itong carbon na ito ay actually magiging carbon dioxide. So yan yung magiging end product niya. Magkakaroon siya ng reaction with oxygen forming carbon dioxide. So that's the first one test for carbon, charring of organic substances. But we have organic substances that do not char. Ito yung examples, naphthalene and ethyl alcohol. Si naphthalene, remember, sa previous na experiment, kapag ka-hit mo si naphthalene, nagiging gas kasi siya. Naphthalene contains carbon pero it will not produce charring. Meaning, magsa-sublimation lang siya, si naphthalene from solid substance magiging gas. So, walang maiiwan. There is no blackening. Remember, the color of the char is black. So, that's the reason. Walang blackening na mangyayari, walang char na mapo-form, kasi naphthalene will just undergo sublimation. Yan. And then, what's the other one? Ethyl alcohol. So, yung alcohol also, when heated, will not also produce charring since ethyl alcohol is also very, what do you call that? Very mababa yung kanyang vaporization state. So, mag-e-evaporate lang agad si ethyl alcohol and it will not leave traces of carbon. So, isa siya sa example ng organic compound na exception doon sa tinatawag nating charring. Yan. And then, test for nitrogen. So nitrogen is also a common element that is found to found in organic substances. So, meron din tayong test for nitrogen. So, this one, ang gamit dito is albumin. Okay? Albumin is a protein, di ba, found in our body, specifically sa ating blood. So, pag i-test natin siya, yung protein kasi is made up of nitrogen and carbon, oxygen also, and hydrogen. So, basically, pag i-test mo siya kung meron ba siyang presence ng nitrogen, magpa-positive talaga siya. So this is the process of testing. I-decompose natin si protein using the soda lime. Soda lime is sodium hydroxide plus calcium oxide. And then ang mangyayari kasi maghihiwalay yung mga content ng protein and mapoproduce nun. Kaya may question dyan, what is the gas evolved? The gas evolved is actually ammonia. So that's NH3. So yun yung vapor na mare-release, and since ammonia is a basic substance, kaya kung babasahin nyo yung procedure, meron dyang test na gumagamit ng litmus paper. So since basic siya, yung red litmus paper will turn into blue. And that's an indication na may ammonia talagang na na-produce and meron talagang presence of nitrogen. And then another thing, meron din tayong mga halogens pagdating sa ating mga organic compounds. Ang halogens class, kung makikita nyo sa periodic table, they belong to group 7A. Group 7A has a periodic table. And if we want to detect their presence in our sample, we may use this test, the Beilstein test. Flame to siya actually. Meron ito sa YouTube. Let's see. Wait lang. Let me open it. Kung paano siya tinitest. Stop share muna ako. This one. So this is the Beilstein test para ma-detect natin ang presence ng halogens. So again, ang halogens, we have the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine.
Please consider the guidelines concerning the waste disposal, which are shown at the end of the video. For the following experiments, we'll need methanol, sodium chloride, plastic samples, demineralized water, and a copper wire. To the flow tube test. First, we put the plastic samples in beakers, which are filled with water. You can notice that the PS and PET samples are sinking to the bottom, and the HDPE and LDPE samples.
This one is for the plastics, ha? So, plastics contain carbon at the same time halogens. So, pwede din siyang i-test sa Beilstein.
And 100 ml methanol in the other ones. Now to the Beilstein test. At the beginning of the experiment, we anneal the wire with the Bunsen burner to oxidize the copper to copper oxide. Then we put the hot wire on the PVC sample and plastic pyrolysis. When we hold the wire in the flame again, we can notice a green flame coloration caused by the chlorine in the PVC, which reacts to copper chloride.
That's chloride, ha?
Polymer, the flame doesn't change.
Color green. There's an indication na may halogen siya, and to be exact, it's chlorine. Okay. So, the positive result for Beilstein test is blue-green or green na flame. It's an indication na meron siyang component na halogen. So it can be a fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine. Take note, para siyang flame test, yung Beilstein test, parang flame test. You will still use the non-luminous flame, and then yung solution, ilagay mo lang siya sa parang wire, and then isubject mo siya sa flame, and then magpo-produce siya ng color. So this time it will be the blue-green na color. Yun yung balen dapat makita natin when we do this test. So yun, magde-detect siya ng presence ng halogen. So tama yung answer nila, that the halogen present from in chloroform is chlorine, and for iodoform you have the iodine. So these are examples of the test we conduct to detect the presence of the frequently occurring elements in our organic substances. So to summarize, we have first, syempre, the carbon, yung talaga component ng mga organic substances natin. Carbon, number 1. And we have lots of organic substances na merong nitrogen at the same time halogens. So, yun yung mga process na ginagawa natin to see if meron talaga siyang component na ganun na mga elements. Okay. You have questions?